I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, barely breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
I'll never back down. Thought I was 6 feet under.
It's Friday.
Yay! Friday!
My feet hurt. They do.
What?
My feet hurt. My calves hurt. My lower back hurts. I was on a ladder most of the day today.
Oh, yeah?
Son of a bitch, it hurts.
So, I this weekend is the transition period. I'm going from one job to another.
That's right.
Yeah, so next week I start a brand new job. Right now I'm in the process of starting that new job. Well, so today was my last day at the other job.
They beg you as you're walking out the door, clinging to your clothes. Please don't leave.
No. That was not it. I did get some really nice text messages like, "Hey, it was a pleasure working with you," and et cetera, et cetera. But one of the owner of one of the owners of the company, he's the guy that's that hired me initially.
That's usually what bosses do.
He was like, "Well, I hope it goes horribly wrong, and I see you in a month."
Wow. I mean, you appreciate the man's honesty, but
Well,
it's like, sir, you're kind of a
no.
douche.
I mean, I completely understand where he's at.
Oh, no. Again, and you can appreciate his honesty, but wow.
I completely, because he was being completely honest. He's like, I hope things go right for you, honestly, but I hope things at that job go horribly wrong and you're back in a month.
It's like, well, it's not how that works, but thanks.
Well, I'm glad to know that I have a place to go to if I have to come back somewhere, but that's...
Thanks a lot, dear Jenkins.
I just thought it was funny. I mean,
No, that is pretty funny.
I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't like, no hostility or anything. It was just like, well...
I just hope...
I can't say that good luck because...
I don't want you
I
to
don't
have
want you to
luck.
have good luck there. So, honesty, I like it.
It's like, I understand.
You know what?
I
You're
completely
good.
appreciate
He's
that.
a good guy. And it was funny to me. It was funny and good. It was hilarity.
Good and funny.
Yeah.
Funny and good.
Funny and good and funny. Nonetheless. So yesterday, obviously, we started the show with something that destroyed the entire show.
Yeah. I'm a little bit better now.
You're better now? Are you
Little
okay?
bit.
You better? Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit. I mean, it's not the same day, so
Yeah, it's not the same day.
it's a little bit better. Today, there's updates.
Of course there are.
There's updates, and a lot of updates.
Of course there are.
Yeah, the first of which is Republican Governor Kristi Noem from South Dakota. Mm-hmm. She's the one that just passed that bill saying that you can't have teledoc abortions.
Yeah, which doesn't,
Yeah.
and again, doesn't
That doesn't make sense to me, but still, I'm glad that she got rid of the teledoc abortions
Yeah.
because I didn't know that was a real thing.
I didn't either, but
And
hey.
now that I know, I'm glad it was gone. I'm glad she's getting rid of it. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, it's the small things that you kind of go, okay, good.
A little thing. Okay, if it's there, all right, fine. That's a good idea to get rid of. Cool. Thank you. Thank you so much. Anyway, she said that she'd file lawsuits against Joe Biden over his newly announced federal vaccine mandate.
Well, that's good. I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of figured she would because we just talked about her the other day, and
Yeah, she stands up against the
she does
against the
some
Bidens.
of the stuff that goes on.
Yeah,
panders a little bit to other things, but and again, there's no way that he can do this. I know
There's
that
really not.
there really isn't. The problem that I have, just for clarity of last night, those of you listen, my thought part of it is it's not going to make a difference because a lot of people are not, the people that need to be standing up and doing something aren't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
they're
no.
saying, "Oh, we're going to stop this. We're going to stop this," but I feel that they're not. You know what I mean?
No, I definitely understand where
Is
you're
it
at.
how
with that,
how many
yeah.
people have turned around and called their congressman or their representative today? I mean,
I don't know. I'm not the one to.
But you get my point. Everybody's just accepted it, and that's the part that broke me yesterday.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand that. Yeah. No, I'm definitely there.
Anyway.
Yeah, quote, my legal team is standing by, ready to file lawsuits the minute Joe Biden files his unconstitutional rule. This gross example of federal intrusion will not stand. That is from her tweet.
Good.
On the Twitters.
Good.
Doing the tweet stuffs. There's also been a new trend in Twitter.
A new one?
Hashtag will not comply.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so,
That makes me happy.
So that's good, and that's a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
Now there's a fake Twitter trend as well that's actually gotten more popular for some reason.
A fake one?
Yeah, well, one that's not started by regular people. It was, kind of one of those. It's when we were talking about, remember the other day we were talking about how the internet is dead theory?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of those where like somebody put it into a program for an AI and it's been populated over time.
Oh.
And it instantly became like super famous sort of thing trend. And it's called Rather Be Vaccinated.
Of course it is.
Rather Be Vaccinated supposedly is more popular on Twitter than will not comply. And yet, will not comply actually means something.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
I'd rather be vaccinated.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Well,
Sure.
we're not arguing that. We're not arguing that. What we're arguing is that it's unconstitutional.
Nobody has the right to force you to do it.
It's completely unconstitutional. Nobody has the right to force you to get a vaccine at all, especially one that's not actually proven.
Well, and for a virus that is a 98% recovery rate.
99.
Well,
Whatever.
again, I'm being polite.
Yeah, you're being nice, giving it an extra 1%.
I'm giving, yeah.
You're giving it a bump.
Yeah, I mean, I am.
So good job there.
I try.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to be nice.
I'm trying. It's a new day, and I'm trying to be nicer.
It's a new dawn
It's a new day, and it's a new life.
for you. Are you feeling
And
good?
I'm feeling, well, I'm all
Not really.
right. I'm
Okay,
all right.
that's fine.
I'm not
All right.
good, but I'm all right. Like I said, my feet killing me.
My face is hurt.
My dogs is barking.
Yeah. Also, Arizona Governor Doug Ducey
Mm-hmm.
called Biden's order egregious big government overreach.
Yes, it is.
The Thomas Massey
Okay.
said he doesn't have the power to mandate this. If the government could mandate the vaccine for federal employees and contractors, it would require a vote of Congress. It's medical tyranny. People will remember those who did this to them and will not and who did not speak out.
See that. Hold on.
That's so many words.
No, but the problem I'm having with that is he said if government could mandate the vaccine for federal employees and contractors.
Yeah, it's not. It's not just for. So here's one.
What
of the,
he said. What
Yeah.
Biden said was not for federal employees and contractors. It was for everyone.
Everyone.
Every business over
Yeah.
100 people employed. That means
And
grocery
that's-
store workers and
that's-
everything else.
That's actually now slightly a lie as well.
Shocker.
Yeah, that's kind of a lie. It's because it's not everyone.
Oh, it's not.
No. If you're in a public union, you don't apply.
Oh, of course not, because they're not going to make them do that.
So
because
the USPS does not apply.
yay, congratulations, Pete.
The United States Post Office does not need to comply because they are part of the Postal Union, which is a public union, and they've already said that we're not. They're not gonna.
It's not going to happen.
Not gonna happen. Teachers union's also part of that. They don't have to comply.
Any union is not going to have to comply.
But actually, many regular unions will have to comply. It's the public unions.
Well, but that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah, public unions don't have to comply. But any regular business here, and here's the deal. So here's the new stuff, right?
Okay.
New additions to the line. We're now getting more information about this going down the line. It's not just a mandate. It's also a mandate plus a fine.
Ah.
So if you have 100 people or more in your business, and you are not, absolutely not, part of a public union, you are just a regular business, private entity.
Okay.
He can charge, or he's going to try and push to charge you $14,000 per employee that has not followed the regulation per week.
Yeah, go screw yourself. There's no way.
He's literally going to try and bankrupt every medium-sized business and above.
But he's average
America.
Joe. He's about the middleman. He's about the regular guy.
Right.
That's what he's there for. That's what he's always ran for and did.
Right.
all
Yeah.
these
Except for
years.
he's never done that. He's
but
never
he
been
said
about.
he did.
Of course he has, but he's never been that.
But he is about that.
Sure. Yeah. He's about making as much money as possible off of their backs.
Well,
Of course he is.
of course he is.
Of course he is.
I
That's
thought so.
Average Joe.
Good old Joe.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he's talking about his height.
Oh, Joe.
Oh, Joe. Yeah, the RNC also came out. RNC chairwoman Ronna McDaniel announced on Thursday that the RNC itself plans on suing President Joe Biden.
Good.
Joe Biden told America, this is a quote, Joe Biden told America he was elected, that when he was elected, he would not impose vaccine mandates. He lied.
Yeah.
Now small businesses, workers, and families across the country will pay the price. Like many Americans, I am pro-vaccine and anti-mandate. That's from the chairwoman. She continues on saying, many small businesses and workers do not have the money or legal resources to fight Biden's unconstitutional action and authoritarian decrees. But, when his decree goes into effect, the RNC will sue the administration to protect Americans and their liberties.
Well, isn't that just fancy?
Isn't that great?
That's not what I want.
Isn't that wonderful? So all of this stuff. So one of the reasons why this is possible, that he thinks it's possible.
He thinks his.
One of the reasons why is because of a thing called Chevron deference. You ever heard of
Okay.
Chevron deference?
I've heard of Chevron.
Not that one.
No. Okay.
No.
Then no.
Yeah. So Chevron deference is it's a pretty important piece of landmark information.
Is it?
Yeah. It's a landmark case back from 1984.
Okay.
Yeah. It's referring to the actions, referring to the doctrine of judicial deference given to administrative action
Okay.
versus Natural Resources Defense Council.
Okay.
The Supreme Court set a legal test as to when the court should defer to an agency's answer or interpretation of a ruling and holding that such judicial deference is appropriate.
Okay.
Basically what it's saying is there's two ways that this can go. Okay?
Two
Two ways.
ways.
You can take it to court.
Okay.
Okay? That's the whole portion of it. So you
Yeah.
take it to court, right? There's two ways they can fall. One, they can claim it as unconstitutional completely. Two, they can say it's Chevron deference and we don't have to be involved in it. And just not give a regulation.
Kind of like or a ruling, you mean?
Yeah, not get a ruling. And so Chevron deference, we're going to defer to what their rules say.
Basically, you've made your bed, sleep in it.
No, the legislative body made their bed.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. You made your bed by getting these people into office, and because you got these people into office, that then allowed these bureaucrats to do whatever the hell they wanted.
Yeah.
You now have to deal with it. This is where this is actually the reason why we have a shadow government.
true
the
shadow
idea of a shadow government where people are like, everybody that doesn't vote, the unelected bureaucrats, yeah. This is it. Chevron deference. That's it. So here's the deal.
Okay.
Technically, if he does put this into action, which, by the way, I think that 90% of this is just him trying to distract everybody from the fact that he destroyed Afghanistan.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And it kind of makes sense to me. But anyway, if he does try to put this into action, or if everybody behind him tries to put this into action, it could create a legal case to overturn this court case, the 1984 Chevron deference court case.
Okay.
And if it does overturn this ruling, it will then make it impossible for executive branch organizations to make laws or rules that apply to you without them going through the Congress again.
So
He could indirectly destroy the entire pillar of the administrative body that's created the shadow government. He could inadvertently do that by putting this into play.
Huh.
So if we're going to say, it could be the best thing to ever happen to America since Ronald Reagan.
I do find it ironic out of it was back in 84 and
Yeah, I
it's
know.
rather an Orwellian type.
Yeah, 1984. Yeah. So it could. This entire thing, because we can see it now. There's a bunch of people that are like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do this." I got a bunch more here that are saying that they're gonna stand up and fight. Mm-hmm. But this could bring out this case again, and it could bring out this judicial ruling and say, "Okay, that judicial ruling was completely unconstitutional. There's absolutely no way that a legislative body can give up that much power to an executive branch, unelected bureaucratic system."
But it did.
But it did. But there's no way that it should have happened.
Yeah.
And as such, we have to destroy that other ruling and now bring this into play, which would then kind of release the hounds, as it were.
Yeah.
The floodgates would open about lawsuits and legal claims.
There would be quite a few of them.
So many things. So this is one of the reasons why I think it won't happen, because there will be so many claims to go against our federal government at one time after this thing has happened, that they may not do it just because they don't want to deal with the crap.
Yeah, it's kind of that, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't kind of thing.
Well, I know we know which devil is going to happen for both of these situations.
But that's what I'm saying. It's better to go ahead and just go, yeah, it's unconstitutional, let it die, than it is to go, well, let's take this chance and leave this alone. And
yeah, because if we leave this alone, the one thing that we do know that's going to happen is every one of your freedoms are going to go away.
they're going to go bye-bye.
Every one of your freedoms are going to be gone. It will be given to everybody that is completely unelected, has nothing to do with what you do, who you are, who you put into office.
Isn't that great?
Like it's all the biggest complaints that we have as Americans. It doesn't, when everybody says it doesn't matter who you vote for, whatever. That's because of this ruling, the Chevron deference ruling. So if you look into it, is all I'm saying. And then also make sure you understand that Joe Biden may have accidentally destroyed the entire Democrat Party's standing.
Single-handedly destroyed everything.
He may have done that by so this is the silver lining, guys. This is the one silver lining of everything that's been going on.
Okay.
Joe Biden may have just destroyed the standing of socialism in our country and the administrative state if he puts it into action. If he decides to go through with his mandate,
Whoopsie,
and allow OSHA, which has no bearing, no bearing on reality as far as viral contagion goes in the workplace. Like that's another thing.
That always that did.
OSHA's safety is all about, you being physically safe on the job site.
You don't fall off a building.
It has nothing to do with you being sick.
Nope.
Absolutely nothing.
No, I mean they have a little bit when it came to
wash your hands.
But it's when the company does something, when you're around something, dangerous that'll make you sick.
Right. Yeah.
It's not about actual viruses that are.
It's
in
not
the
about
air.
viral contagion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not viral contagion. It's just the fact that if you're in an area that could, technically,
They can tell you not to to be around and breathe in asbestos, but
yeah, it's like OSHA should have shut down the incendiary plant that my dad got.
mesothelioma.
No, it was in actually he has
COPD?
COPD and what you call it?
Crohn's.
No,
Oh, I
it's
don't
the
know.
thing where you can't breathe.
That is COPD.
The other thing where you can't breathe,
Asthma.
emphysema.
Emphysema.
Yeah, because one of his when he was there for 9 months, and at the end of those 9 months is when he had a heart attack,
Oh.
and then they found out that one of his lungs was completely black and almost collapsed.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and it was all from being at the incendiary plant. Of course, they don't get OSHA violated.
No.
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 No. But anyway,
It's kind of against
I digress.
their thing. It's like, that's not normal.
That's not right. Yeah, well. Anyway, so just think about the once again, this is the silver lining, the one portion of this entire thing that happened from yesterday. The one good note that you can possibly bring out of it is that this could, if he enacts that order, that mandate, and all the rest of them that were compiled, because he listed like 3 of them.
Yeah.
If he does all of those mandates and allows all of this to happen.
But you couldn't, technically, he can't allow it to happen anyway.
Yeah, try to force it.
Yeah, he can't. It's not.
If he can try and force this to happen
Yeah.
by putting out the mandates that are completely unconstitutional, has nothing to do with law here in America, he could completely dismantle at least one of the major pillars of the socialist state.
Wouldn't that be fantastic?
By complete accident.
And he would be dumb enough to do that, too.
Well, he just doesn't remember anymore. It was 1984, so he was still a legislator.
He should have known better. He doesn't, but he should have. Yeah.
But he doesn't. But he should.
That's all right.
Yeah. More good news. Yeah. GOP governors and all the rest of them. After Florida, Ron DeSantis is now questioning the humanity of Biden's forced vaccinations.
Okay.
23 total so far. 23 total GOP governors have denounced Biden's vaccine mandates.
Good. I mean, I wish our governor was one of them.
Yeah, well, he's not a Republican,
but
and
still.
he doesn't care at all.
No. He's very much this is a good idea. Make everybody do it.
Yeah.
Jackass.
Christine Pushaw
Pshaw.
on the Twitter saying, how could we get to this point in this country where we would not let them earn a living because of their choice on a vaccine?
Yeah. And again, as I mentioned yesterday too, that if this actually goes through, you can go ahead and you can quit, you can get fired, you could do whatever, you won't get benefits.
No, you won't. Because they're like, well, you got fired because you didn't follow the government mandate, and so the government's saying you can't do this.
Exactly. And it'll be, even if somehow you were able to get away with it, it would still be one of those, well, now you're required to get the jab in order to get your benefits.
Yeah.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
There you go.
I have no idea why the network on the video side is interrupted so much, but we're getting a lot of feedback for some reason. Anyway, drop frame rates on the internets for the video side. Sorry guys, I don't know how or why. I'm directly hooked into the network, so we shouldn't be having any issues. Yeah. Greg Abbott over there. Abbott.
Mm-hmm.
Said that Biden's vaccine mandate is an assault on private businesses. I issued an executive order protecting Texans' rights to choose whether they got the COVID vaccine and added it to the special session agenda. Texas is already working to halt the power grab.
Good. I mean, I don't think it,
Governor Brian Kemp from Georgia came out and said, I will pursue every legal option available to the state of Georgia to stop this blatantly unlawful overreach by the Biden administration.
I will admit, I'm a little confused as to why he went and did this.
Well, so there is court law. So there is precedent of states being able to mandate.
No, I know that, but everyone could sit here and point at it and go that is clearly an overreach.
Obviously.
And a massive one.
There's
no way in hell he could ever. It's constitutional.
No.
So why did he do it?
Because he can, and because he wants to distract everybody from Afghanistan.
Yeah, because he's screwed all that up and blah blah blah.
Right.
But there's got to be something else. It can't just be just Afghanistan. There's something else.
Has to be.
I don't know what it is.
25th Amendment.
Yeah,
that's probably what it is. Trying to stop that.
Oblivion flickering. Give me liberty or give me the shot. That's pretty much it.
That's all there is to it. You got it right on the dot. Get it?
Mesothelioma, isn't it a disease that turns your genitals all swollen and blue?
No.
I think it's the result of an untreated
Me so horny.
Horny.
Ow, Mr. Honey. Ow,
Yeah.
ow.
Article 5 is the way, the truth, and the light.
No.
What? What? Article 5 is not?
No, I was just reading. President Biden declares war on unvaxxed. 25% of Americans have been labeled enemies of the state.
Yeah, actually. Funny enough, they said 70% was the mark, and then he would stop pushing.
Yep.
And now we're at 75%.
And now he's pushing harder.
And harder.
Ew.
Nasty.
That's what she said.
Yep. That's why we don't.
Well,
know
but
more.
you know what? Every time a president declares war on some kind of
It just gets worse.
arbitrary thing, yeah, it doesn't
It doesn't work.
it never works.
Yeah.
So
Every time you declare war on an idea.
I like it this way. No.
No. All right. So I guess it's not a problem then. If he's declared war on us as enemies of the state, then I think we're fine. We're declaring war on the unvaccinated. All right. Cool. Perfect. Then
Sure.
we're going to explode.
This is Defenders Live.
So residents of a quiet neighborhood in Sacramento, California are a tad angry.
They're angrier.
Yeah, they're angry that a violent criminal released through the state's zero bail policy allegedly sexually assaulted their 61-year-old neighbor, then killed her and her 2 dogs.
Wait. What?
Yeah. Quote, more sadness. It's more sadness. We feel for her and her dogs and how they passed.
Mm-hmm.
We hope they didn't suffer, end quote, according to Mark Sosa of the KOVR TV.
So you're saying that he got it on with this 61-year-old neighbor,
Yeah.
and then he killed the other 2 bitches.
Yep. Anyway, police say that Troy Davis, 51, sexually assaulted Mary Tibbetts in her home and then murdered her and killed the 2 dogs before setting her home on fire.
Dang.
Suspect was captured handling business of his own.
Wow. Can't keep his hands to himself.
No, well, he did keep his hands to himself. He had his hands all
All
full.
up on himself.
Yeah, he was getting to know himself in an intimate sort of in a setting.
He said, self.
Like, you are so sexy.
Oh.
But he was caught doing that on a neighbor's surveillance camera the day before the brutal assault and murder, according to the California Globe.
That's really awkward.
Well, was he in his own yard when he was doing it?
No.
It doesn't say that. It just says he was caught on a security camera. What if he lived right next door and the camera?
He doesn't live there. It wasn't his neighbor.
That could have been.
He does. He was outside the lady's window.
It could have been.
It's not good.
Davis was a parolee with a violent criminal past, but he is allowed to be released under the zero bail policy after he was arrested for allegedly stealing a car.
Allegedly.
California had implemented the zero bail policy in order to ease the strain on their law enforcement system from the coronavirus pandemic.
I'm sorry. The coronavirus pandemic did not strain your law enforcement system. The fact that you got rid of all of your police out there, and also the fact that you don't police anything anyway.
Yeah, you either
It
got
was
rid
one
of
of the
them,
major strains.
either you defunded them or they quit because you didn't support them.
Right. And then there was a whole bunch of
It had nothing to do with Corona. Shut up.
then there was a whole bunch of illegal crap that happened, and you guys just decided not to worry about it.
Yep. Critics warned that easing bail requirements would lead to more crime.
Yeah.
District Attorney Anne Marie Schubert told KOVR that California is experiencing a tsunami of violent crimes. Quote,
Are you sure it's tsunami?
yeah,
Like that's pretty dramatic.
it is. Well, but
Tsunami.
they're on the West Coast, so they could probably get it more than anybody else.
That's true.
Quote, the public, I think, would be shocked to learn about this. What do you mean we're going to let this person out on zero bail? She said.
Well, they mean exactly that. They're not going to post bail. There's no bail necessary to get anybody released back into the public as long as it's not like violent crime that they're committing at the time.
Police say that they don't believe the victim and suspect knew each other. Harvey Sanchez, a neighborhood friend of Tibbetts, told KOVR that she had attended block parties with her dogs. Quote, she was very, very big on her dogs. They were old dogs, and we love them, he said. On Thursday, Sacramento Mayor Darrell Steinberg and council member Katie Venuela, they pressed for changes to the prison release system over the horrendous incident.
Incident?
That's what I said, incident
That thing.
situation.
So, yeah, all right. Why didn't you fight it when it came out?
It's possible that they weren't.
I mean, they're council members. They're
Well,
state
the mayor and council
yeah,
member,
yeah.
but it's possible that they weren't in office when it went through. It's possible.
No.
We
It's
don't know.
it's a new thing.
Yes, but it's possible they weren't in office when it happened.
No, it's a new thing.
It's not that new.
Yeah, it is. The zero bail. It was like this year.
Yeah, but it's possible.
When did they get voted in?
Quote, we cannot simply release people from jail onto the streets without working harder to ensure they are getting the treatment and services they desperately need to prevent them from harming themselves or others. I'm going to
You were so close.
stop there.
So close.
Yeah, by that much.
So close.
Your first problem is it's not about the person that's done the crime.
It's about making sure that they don't do the crime again.
Well, it's about let's make sure that the populace is safe.
That's it.
Him recovering or attempting to be, rehabilitated or whatever, that's second.
Yeah, and also I'm fairly certain that we've done research on this over the past 200 years.
Yeah.
Rehabilitation
Doesn't
doesn't
always
work.
Doesn't always work.
No, it doesn't. It's not that it doesn't. It doesn't work.
There's a few.
Rehab of an inmate is not something that it like
There's rare
they
instances,
have to
but not.
want to do it. They have to want to change.
Well, yeah.
That's the key. They have to want to change.
But again, it always goes back to being a heart situation.
Right.
If the heart's not into it, the heart's not going to do it, then it's not going to change. And the heart, you can sit there and try and give the guy all the mental stuff that you want to.
Sure.
If he's,
If the heart doesn't change, then it doesn't matter.
then he's going to go back and do it again later.
Yeah, I mean, you can give him all the woo-saws and the hand him with all the mental mental talking and all the rest of it.
Nowadays, and especially coming out of California, I can't help but think when they talk about, well, we need to give them the help that they need, translates to me, we need to sit him down so we can find excuses to justify why he did what he did.
Yeah, we need to find out what happened in his past as a child.
Yeah.
To justify him to be this violent criminal that he is today.
Uncle Ricky touched him when he was 6, and ever since then, it just tore him up.
Okay.
I'm not trying to belittle that. If people have bad pasts and things like that, it happens to them, and God forbid it ever
don't like
happen to
it.
anybody. I
It's
don't.
terrible.
I feel bad for you. I pray for you. It's a horrible situation.
Right.
But at the same time, you cannot have your life and your situations kind of be determined by your past. You just don't do that. It's just like the whole, you are not your past. You are not your skin color identity. You're not any of that stuff. That's not who you are. And the fact of the matter is,
Can you allow it to play a part in who you are?
yeah,
Sure,
it
yeah.
absolutely does. But that's not you.
That's not you.
You can't fall back on and go, well, I'm just this way because, I had this problem or
You
this
want
happened
Lady
to me
Gaga,
or whatever.
okay? You're not born this way.
Yeah, well, but it does. When people come up with that kind of stuff, they're looking for excuses to not, to
not actually take it.
to not take responsibility and accountability for it. Instead of actually, finding what the real problem is and trying to fix that, let's find a psychological reason that we could turn around and blame it on. So then it's that's fault. It's not my fault.
And then I can just take some
fault.
medication and say I'm fine.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. The Knights of St. Knee over there on the YouTubes. They say tsunami purposefully. It's so that they can tie it to climate change.
That makes sense, I guess.
I can't disagree with that.
Yep. I can't either. So,
Out of LA.
LA County Sheriff Alex
Villanueva.
Villanueva.
Yeah.
Villa. 2 L's is a ya. Villanueva said Thursday that the egg-throwing attack at the California Republican gubernatorial candidate Larry Elder by a white woman wearing a gorilla mask was a hate crime.
Yes.
And the only reason politicians aren't outraged about it is woke privilege.
Good.
Um,
I'm glad that somebody actually noticed in the sheriff's department.
It's not a hate crime
Why?
because arguably all crime is a hate crime.
Yes, but I'm saying going by the definition of hate crime that they use,
No, but
it is one.
I want to, because we have this argument on the other side. All these people are saying it's a hate crime. These poor people, they're hate
There's
crime.
no
It's a
such
hate
thing
crime.
as an actual hate
And we've
crime
sat
because
here on the show time and again and said
all
there's
crime
no
is
such
hate
thing as a hate crime. All crime is crime. Now that it is a black guy that I don't know. I mean,
That's on our side. We'll be like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to sit here and call it a hate crime. It wasn't a hate crime.
Nope.
And stop calling it that. It was not a hate crime. It was a crime, sure. It was assault, sure.
Yep.
But it was not a hate crime. That's just dumb. I hate when people do that. You got to be consistent across the board. It sucks sometimes.
Well, I mean,
It's really nice to go, oh, Larry Elder. Yeah, no, that's a hate crime because he's a black guy. No.
it's a crime.
It's just a crime.
It is a crime. Now,
That's it.
that's our side.
Oh, I know.
Well,
Nobody else does.
but
It
we need
looks
to
that way.
understand that even on their
I
side,
know.
they're not holding up to their own standard.
Well, obviously, because we'll explain in a minute. Elder, who is a black man, was campaigning in Venice on Wednesday when a masked woman who was riding a bicycle next to his entourage threw an egg and narrowly missed his head. She then slapped one of the candidate's aides. Quote, question, how is this not a hate crime? That according to Villanueva in a tweet about the incident. Answer, because woke privilege means a white woman can wear a gorilla mask, attack a black man without fear of being called a racist.
But only because of his political stand.
Yep. Where are the outrage from our politicians, he demanded.
They're nowhere.
Yeah. The Washington Examiner reported that Villanueva, a Democrat who is often critical of woke progressivism in his party, will investigate the assault as a hate crime. It's not a fucking hate crime.
Well, that's okay. Hold
I
on.
mean,
No. Hold on. He's a Democrat.
No, I'm going to say, at least he's being consistent.
Yeah, he's being consistent
He's holding
with
it as a
his
hate
side.
crime, and I
Perfect.
give him the props for that. But
Good job.
It's not a hate crime.
We know. We know.
Stop
But
it.
he's
All
at least
crimes.
being consistent
I
with
give
his
him that.
side.
I can respect this guy.
Yeah.
And I do.
Yeah, you're at least being consistent with your own side.
Quote, just imagine the outrage if the roles would have been reversed.
Right.
We would never hear the end of it.
No.
That's what Villanueva had told the magazine. Quote, people need to be held accountable on both sides of the aisle. What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yeah.
Or Gandex.
Right. Well,
we're being
just
inclusive to the LGBT.
to that 1% of people that actually use that terminology.
Continue on. Why didn't Gavin Newsom call out this reprehensible behavior? Because he's worried about his recall election. I distinctly remember John McCain defending Obama when someone said something. God bless him as a true patriot.
Well, he was.
Quote.
Please don't bring up John McCain.
He added that the gorilla mask sends a message that the attack was racially motivated.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree. She deliberately wore a mask that looked like a gorilla as a white person. If I was to do that on this show,
I don't see the point.
I'm just saying, if I was to do that on this show and then started talking trash about black people,
okay.
it would immediately be turned
I know
out
everybody's
as
like, oh, they
massive racism.
Everybody calls black people that people used to get black people used to call monkeys and stuff all the time. Blah blah. The problem that I have with this,
yeah,
to assume that it just because of what she had on was, a straight up hate crime and
Sure, yeah, okay,
and racist.
I gotcha.
Is a little bit presumptuous. Okay?
Yes, it is.
Because you can't be sure. It literally could have been, and to play devil's advocate,
okay,
she could have been, oh, Larry Elder's in town. Oh, he's right down the road. Oh, I've got this. And then runs into her closet and just happens to see that the only mask she happens to have is an actual monkey or an ape.
Maybe.
With a pink fro.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? And so to sit here and accuse her at that point of it being racist, she may not be racist. She may just be a bitch.
That's true. That's very true.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's why I get worried when people start going, well, it was a hate crime. Well, it was racist.
Right.
No.
Yeah. Once again, I'm just using their own prerogative.
No, and I got that.
You know, their own license measure.
But like for me, it's unless this woman comes out, oh yeah, no, I did it because he was black. Then we can say it was racist. Then we can say there was racist intent.
She did say that he wasn't black enough.
Technically, that's not racist.
Calling somebody not black enough?
Yes, because everybody, the white man is horrible. So if he's not black enough, that means he's more on the white side. So it's
more horrible.
It's okay to hate white men.
Oh,
see, it's just you didn't do anything wrong. God, everybody wants to just jump to stuff. Quote, it conveniently hides her identity, but there's a message there. She could have picked a Groucho Marx mask.
She could have, yeah.
I think the message is clear, end quote.
Groucho Marx?
I have to do this.
No, what? What do you have to do?
I'm curious about something.
The Groucho Marx mask?
Well, there's a couple little things about...
Okay.
It's Groucho Marx.
Yes. Groucho Marx mask.
Hold on. Let's see this.
Marx mask.
Just for giggles' sake.
Okay. Yeah. You heard the typings, and it's just the face, and it's just the glasses with the stash and the nose.
Yeah. I mean, they do have that one mask right there. But, okay. It's... Guess how popular it is? It's not. It's not.
Not popular.
Okay. So there's that.
You can get a set of 4 for $60 though.
Because again, it's just the glasses and the stuff. Mm-hmm. When did Groucho Marx die? 1977.
Yeah.
He died in 1977. He was born in 1890.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The man has not performed and been around, irrelevant.
Forever.
Yeah. For a long...
No, just forever.
So the fact that he reaches for Groucho Marx, really? Really?
You could have gotten the presidents of the United States masks.
There was, Reagan.
Like, you could have done a Reagan, or you could have done a Clinton, or whatever else.
There was something. They could have done something.
Groucho Marx that's a deep cut in today's verbiage. That's a deep cut, bud. It's a bit too past.
I don't know. I don't know where he got that from, but not a lot of people know or care.
She's not even old enough to know him. So
you don't know what. Groucho Marx is way outside of you're way too young for that, sir. Yeah, I'm technically considered too young. No, it's a he.
But I'm saying like the lady.
Her lady.
Lady
Oh
was.
yeah, no, she definitely doesn't care about that stuff.
No.
The police department has opened an investigation into the assault. According to police, the woman in the gorilla mask threw an egg at Elder and then yelled profanities at his aide before she, quote, struck the aide on the left side of his face with her open hand.
Yeah, in other words, known as a smack.
Yeah, she slapped the snot out of him.
I'm going to smack you.
Smacks them good. Which, again, I've seen that all the guys he was walking with, his aides and the bodyguards.
That was an old
stuff,
guy, too.
They were all old.
Like, super old.
I
There were supposed to be people that were, like, technically bodyguards, but they were not. They're just... It's like he's having AIDS. They weren't bodyguards. They were aides. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like elderly aides, which is funny with his name.
I know. Elders aides.
Yeah. Elderly aides.
That's not right.
So right. Come on.
After the assaults, Elder was escorted to a waiting vehicle and taken to another location in Venice. No arrests have been made yet. Police are seeking the public's help in identifying the suspects.
I mean, you could identify.
You're not gonna
identify the people that weren't masked.
Oh yeah, but the lady did you're not going to get it. You're not going to find her.
No, probably not.
It's going to be convenient. Then they're just not going to be able to find her because all the masks protected and hit her, and nobody's going to say anything. Commenting on the incident, Elder told Fox News Thursday that the person who attacked him wasn't necessarily a racist.
Because he holds to the same standard that we do on this show. Like,
Quote, I am not somebody who pulls out the race card the way Barack Obama does, the way Al Sharpton does, the way CNN does, the way Black Lives Matter does. Maybe it's just an idiot. Maybe it was just a fool. Maybe it was someone who just doesn't like Larry Elder.
Very true. That's very true. And
continuing on, all I know is if I were a liberal and somebody wearing a gorilla mask was a white, or who was a white woman and threw an egg at me, the left would be screaming about systemic racism.
that is true.
Yeah.
That is very true.
Yeah.
And he's right on both fronts. Because he's very much on our side of the fence when it comes to that sort of thing.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that...
Even as much as I've been joking about the whole being on that side and whatever else, but still.
Yeah, I know.
It's just one of those situations. You're like, yeah, all right. All right.
Living and flickering over on Twitter, you can't be sure what any person is really thinking. That's why we shouldn't have even the concept of hate crime in America. We should just punish actions, not thoughts.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
Exactly.
Just actions. Thought crime
That's
is not
called
a crime.
accountability.
Right. Thought crime is not a crime.
It's not.
It's not. Anyway, so another media scare story about ivermectin.
one?
Yeah, about the ivermectin was...
That's not a scare.
Well, this one was supposed to be a scare. It's now fallen apart, though. Like, the claims that they were making is now just completely kaput, marking the third time in about a week that the media has failed when it came out to this particular drug.
Okay.
This is not to say that anyone should be rushing to take the human version of ivermectin to treat COVID, because we don't know. I mean, ask your doctor. Probably works, though. Probably works.
I wouldn't be asking your doctor.
I mean, depends on the doctor.
Well, you got to be careful about doctors because a lot of doctors nowadays
Are just pushing-
are paid to push pills and medication.
Yep.
So be careful.
Yep. The latest failure comes from KTSM, which is cited a 2011 study from Nigeria that was small and questionable to claim that ivermectin caused infertility in 85% of the men that took it.
85%.
85%.
Okay.
They're saying that ivermectin caused infertility in 85%. KTSM, whatever media source that is, came out and used this claim.
Yeah, but the current vaccine for COVID runs a very high risk of damaging a woman's reproductive system.
Sure.
So
What's the difference?
The difference. And arguably you'd think you'd be after that for the man side of things with ivermectin because then you can turn around and you know, one more way to punish the man.
Right.
And the Patriot Act.
This is the third time since last week that the media has tried to publish and push for false stories about ivermectin. After some people could, some people said that it could help treat COVID because it can
Well, there's a lot of things that could and can.
and will,
We
but none of them are pushed as an actual remedy.
no.
Yeah, the efficacy of ivermectin in regards to COVID-19 isn't clear yet because, well, they haven't done studies on it. But ivermectin is a drug that is prescribed to humans for various reasons. It is also used in higher doses to deworm livestock,
Okay.
which is fine. Not a big deal. It's been 30 years that it's been on the market. Anyway, last week the Associated Press had an embarrassing correction that to an article that they put out saying the initial claim of 70% of the calls in the Mississippi poison control were about ivermectin ingestion. In reality, 2% of the calls were about ivermectin at all, and about 70% of those calls, 1.4% total, were about ingesting the veterinary version of the medicine.
So it wasn't even to report being
Prescribed.
poisoned or anything like that. They were
From the
just like,
prescription, no.
hey,
what about
can
this
we
one?
take, I'm not going to the doctor for the human version, but I've got cattle. Can I take it? How much do I need to take of the cattle kind?
Exactly, yeah.
Without dying.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
So I'm going to stop here for just a second. Sweat Miss Prime. We were talking about this yesterday at DOE show. Elder's a lot like at Watson Prunier. White. Chocolate caramel.
Yeah, yeah.
We literally made that joke off air yesterday. Do you bug our place? If so, then, just let me know.
So we're going to start putting your ass to work.
Right. If you're bugging the place, man, come on. In an article on August 23rd, 2021, about the people taking livestock medicine to try and treat the coronavirus, the Associated Press erroneously reported that based on the information provided to them by the Mississippi Department of Health, 70% of the calls from the Poison Control Center were from people who had ingested ivermectin. State epidemiologist Dr. Paul Byers said on Wednesday that the numbers of calls for poison control about ivermectin was about 2%, and 70% of that was about the veterinary version and possibly being ingested by people.
But, let's make it all into something bad. Again, for a horrible, deadly virus that is just sweeping the world, and we gotta put it
Sweeping
into
the world and the nation, yeah.
We've got to put it into it to the point that the president comes out and says he's going to force people to actually take something against their will. It's so bad.
How bad is it?
It's so bad that the only way anything can be done, any healing of any kind, can only be through the vaccine that they developed in about a year less.
Yeah, less.
And has caused problems for people.
A lot of people, including the young.
So,
Which, by the way, California is about to start giving the jab to 12 and under school kids.
I'll be damned.
Yay, California.
They
Yay, California.
just San Andreas' fault needs to just split, and they need to.
It is
float
San
away.
Andreas' fault.
It is.
It is. One hospital in Oklahoma
Oklahoma
said that McEllier had Jason McEllier. Yeah. Oh, that's about the story. Yeah. So this was that story that I was telling you about.
Mm-hmm.
That the one single doctor, Jason McEllier, came out and said that everybody at the hospital was overrun and overwhelmed by patients overdosing on ivermectin.
Yeah, I remember that.
That they couldn't get gunshot wound victims in the ER. Yeah. The Oklahoma's hospital came out and said that not only had he not worked there for 3 months, but he has no idea what's going on, and people hate him. People don't want him to be their doctor at all because he's an egomaniacal ass.
Because that's what you want, a doctor.
Yeah, egomaniacal asshat with no bedside manner.
Everybody watches House and thinks it's funny. It's not funny.
It's really not. Like, that's a TV show. It creates drama. We don't need any more of that in our lives.
Yeah, we got enough of that naturally.
Yeah, especially if you're in the hospital already.
Yeah. But you know what you can't get enough of is American Pride Roasters coffee. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
It's AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
Historically great coffee, guaranteed to make you swallow every single time you put it into your mouth. Oh, the world is upside down and inside out, but at least you can have a guaranteed good cup of joe. AmericanPrideRoasters.com. It's AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
You can also go to Mojo50.com. That's where you're going to find all the schedules for all the hosts for the Mojo50 Radio Network. And if you'd like to listen to any of them, you can go to iHeartRadio, hit the Mojo50 Radio button, and you can listen to 24/7 free speech talk any day of the week.
Yep. Go to our website, doaeshow.com. Check out the archives and shop. Become a defender with us. Go to all of our social medias at DOAE Show. Use the hashtag arm yourselves and Mojo50. We've got a whole nother hour still to go. It's Friday night. Oh, I'm ready for the weekend.
Yeah.
One more hour. We'll be right back. Like one of those flossy thingies? Yeah. I'll get the coffees. I will get the coffee. I'll get the coffee, then you get the burger. We're gonna meet together at the morning. Yeah, I've got those. I don't care for these actually.
I like them a lot.
The white one is the one I like.
The white one.
Racist. Racist.
Yeah. Hey, the white ones, if you cut that off and pull the thing off there, they're great for cleaning your ear out.
Are they?
Uh-huh. There we go.
That's all you need. I just needed the string.
That's all I needed.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, where
Oklahoma.
the wind comes sweeping down the plain. Oh, beg your pardon.
Sure, I guess.
Where the grain and wheat sure smell sweet.
Ay, 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 ay.
Ay, 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 ay.
Your mother smells like rotten chili.
I want a burrito.
I'd like a cheesesteak up from Philly. Beep-a-dee, beep-a-dee. Nada.
Really?
Yeah, let's go. Oh, yeah. We're definitely doing that.
Newsflash, ladies and gentlemen. Hot off the presses.
Brand new.
This is going to throw you for a loop.
You're never going to know. Like, come on.
In a million years,
Never
you'd
would've
never
guessed.
guess it.
Never.
Yes. B from the SAV. Oh, Oklahoma. Ruprecht. I love it.
Yep.
Such a good movie. Have you ever seen that movie?
Mm-hmm.
Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. So good. Mother. Mother. Don't make me get the sponge. Or the glove. It was the glove.
Glove, yeah. See, that should be a shirt.
Michael Caine standing there saying, "Don't make me get the glove."
Yes.
That actually would be pretty
That'd
funny.
be pretty good, right?
Don't make me get the glove.
Excuse me. May I please go to the restroom? May I please use the restroom?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, ready, breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
I was 6 feet under.
Oblivion flickering over on Twitter. Dr. Oz had a pep rally for the COVID vax today. Quote, so far, there have been no serious or long-term side effects. The shot is absolutely safe, thoroughly tested, and effective. End quote. It's been out for like 3 months.
In reality.
Yeah, like it hasn't been out for very long. So how can you sit there and say anything about long-term effects?
Yeah, like you can't, like maximum long-term effects noted is about 7 months.
Well, and not even that. Like some of them take years. And by the way, if you're having to go to Dr. Oz to get your medical advice,
You're doing it wrong.
then whatever happens to you, you deserve.
Right, you're doing it wrong. That's but Dr. Oz says, and Dr. Oz is on TV.
Dr. Oz.
He gets paid to say what he's told to say.
He's a moron.
He's not a doctor anymore.
He's not a real doctor.
Not anymore.
Doctor.
Doctor.
I
should get a doctorate.
Doctor.
Honorable.
I'd like to get a doctorate.
An honorary doctorate. I don't want to have to study for it.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way.
I just want to do something that gets me an honorary doctorate.
No.
You know what I mean? And then I could just call myself a doctor forever.
We'd have to donate a lot of money for that.
I can just make the cert.
What do you mean?
I can make the cert.
You could.
I could just make the doctor cert. The doctor cert.
Yeah, but I mean, you'd have to be able to back it up.
Why?
At some point, you'd have to back it up.
When? Who else in this world has to back any of that up?
That's true. No, that's true.
To be honest, like, come on.
No, you're right.
Who else is it? I'm sorry, Dr. Anthony Fauci. I don't care if he actually has a doctorate. He is not a doctor. There's no reason for him to be a doctor. He hasn't seen a patient in 30 years. And he's been wrong about everything that he's been doing in the government since he's been in the government. AIDS and the issue with AIDS was all his fault.
That's true.
All of the government crap that we heard, that everybody heard from the 80s about AIDS was Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Yeah.
He was wrong about all of it. And yet he's still there. He has a worse track record than a meteorologist.
That's not fair.
To meteorologists.
Yeah.
I know.
That's what I'm saying.
I know.
I mean, they know they can't be accurate.
Right.
but
They know they can't be accurate.
we all know they can't be accurate.
Right,
but
because
we
it's
still
a
get mad at
guess.
them when it's not accurate.
Well, for them, it's a guess. He is sitting there saying, it's a scientific fact.
Yeah, but he can't even get his scientific facts right.
Right. Because he's just looking in the wind.
He's making shit up as he goes along. Anyway.
WebMD. So a significant proportion of America.
Hold on. It going back to the whole, long-term side effects and blah, blah, blah.
Sure, yeah.
Sweatimus Prime over on Twitter at DOA Show. How long was asbestos out?
Right.
I mean,
right.
Just saying. It was there.
It was there. Forever.
Yeah.
Took forever. And then they're like, wait, people are dying of cancer. Let's open up their lungs and figure it out. Oh, it's asbestos.
I think it's asbestos.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whatever. Anyway, you were saying.
Hold on. Peek-a-pool. Remember, Anthony Fauci is a doctor. So was Joseph Mengele. Just saying.
Wow.
It's not, you're not lying. That's a reality.
Well,
Yeah. It was a reality.
No, it is a reality.
He was a medical doctor of some degree.
No, he was a medical doctor.
And up until a certain point, he was actually treating people as people, and then he decided not to anymore. There's always a step, you know?
Well, no. No.
I don't know if it happened before he became a doctor or after he became a doctor, but there's always a step in somebody's life when they're that
based
way.
off of the story that I had read and gone through and everything else. It was he kind of was always like
He was always kind of like that
in a way.
He was always kind of like
once
I'm
he got
experimenting
into
on people.
kind of he always wanted to, and once he got into Auschwitz and everything,
He's
else,
like, all right,
it
I
was-
can. Life's work. So
It must be my birthday. It's
you said what?
yeah. It just pretty much kind of went from there, and
Oh,
so.
I gotcha, yeah.
But at the same time,
Yeah.
I'm
Both-
real okay. Again, and
Both under government rule.
I'm trying to be
Both doctors.
fair and right.
Both given government access.
I get there's a lot of commonalities
Both giving the wrong
between
idea.
Fauci and Mengele. Okay,
Yeah.
I will say that.
Yeah.
The big difference is Fauci is only doing what is
what he's told.
well, no. He is doing, I mean, I guess he is doing what
Yeah,
he's told,
yeah.
but he's doing what is politically advantageous to him.
Yeah, politically
Okay.
expedient.
He says, because if you go back even on to Trump, it flip flops constantly. You say this then one moment and it's something else the next moment, blah, 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 blah.
Uh-huh.
Mengele was supposedly allegedly had done all this stuff under orders too.
Right.
But he was intentionally.
Well, there were very broad orders.
He was intentionally and literally in
Doing
instances,
more.
cutting people open, harming them, torturing them, blah 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 blah.
Yep.
Fauci isn't. He's just doing it because he just doesn't care.
Yeah. The worst part about it is you technically look at that and you're like, well, we did learn a lot from his stupidity.
No, he absolutely
From his craziness, we did actually learn a lot.
We
You can't
absolutely
say-
did.
You can't turn
Well,
around.
he was
and-
one of.
Yeah, he was one of, but still, like a lot of the stuff. It's
I know, if it
it's
wasn't
terrible
for-
to say that if it wasn't for the war and the and all the rest of it, that
Between them and
we
the
would-
Japanese,
we
yeah.
wouldn't have known as much about the human anatomy as we did for another like 20, 30 years.
Yeah, we'd have been kind of behind.
Yeah. So we can't.
Having said that.
That was still not good.
Yeah,
Still not good.
I get you though.
I'd rather wait the 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
We never saw it coming.
Yeah, they did. A significant proportion of Americans do not think, this is a brand new poll, do not think the U.S. government is doing a good job protecting many of their rights, according to the Associated Press NORC Center for Public Relations nationwide poll carried out on August 12th through the 16th.
Huh. Wonder why.
I don't know. It's crazy. The poll found that 43% think that the government is doing a good job defending their right to vote.
Really?
Yeah, a dramatic decrease from 70% in 2015 and 2013 polls, and from 84% from 2011. The Associated Press reported that 43% indicated that the government is doing a good job defending their right to vote. 37% think Uncle Sam is doing a poor job. Similarly, 45% think that the government is doing a good job protecting all important freedoms of speech.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to know who they're polling, honestly, because it's like 45% say that they're doing a good job, and only 32% say that they're doing a poor job. So there's like
that's a weird
there's a
way of-
median somewhere that is like
Something
yeah,
is off.
There's something off about that.
Yeah.
The 45% figure makes a sharp decline from 59% back in 2015, 66% in 2013, and 71% in 2011. As you can tell, it keeps getting worse.
Just a tad.
Yeah, much the same can be said of the critical American rights, including freedom of religion and freedom of the press, basically all the same First Amendment there, which have both seen significant declines compared to past polling, with a slim majority in this poll of 51% in the recent poll think the government is doing a good job defending religious freedom. 41% think the government is doing a good job protecting all important freedoms of speech. With a slim majority in this poll think the government is doing a good job defending religious freedom. 41% think the government is doing a good job defending religious freedom. 41% think the government is doing a good job defending religious freedom. It used to be 55%, going all the way back to 75% in 2011. Only 44% felt that felt that way about the freedom of the press.
Oh no! I wait. Keep going.
You good? All
Oh,
right.
no, I'll wait.
The
Keep
recent
going.
the recent poll
'Cause-
found that 26% feel that the government is doing a poor job in protecting press freedoms. Only 26%, according to the Associated
That's the problem. It's the AP. Not exactly known for their unbiasedness. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would what I would like to do is do my own poll. Shut up.
How dare you?
God, a man gets lonely. No. No, but seriously, like I don't know, because everybody's like, oh, it's odd how you ask things. No, it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
You know, how do you think the government is doing? And if you want to break them up, okay, well, how is it doing? You know, when it comes to religion, how does it come to doing? You know, is it good, bad, or good? Then they may have done it this way.
Yeah,
but
they
there's
might
just
have.
some of these, like you said, there's a couple of them that have gaps that don't make sense.
Yeah, it's like, where's that median at? Is that like those, really?
Yeah.
Are there that many people where you have upwards of 10 to 12% of folks that will not have an opinion on something? Like, how do you feel the government is handling this?
If there's that many of them that won't have a solid answer, won't have a backbone, won't fall somewhere,
Or that don't
one way
know
or-
because they don't pay attention?
yeah, then we're in a world of trouble, regardless of which side of the aisle you're on, regardless of what you believe.
Yeah, 10% or more people
The
that just don't
country
pay
really
attention.
is in trouble
Like,
because
to anything.
Yeah, that's whether good or bad, agree with it, don't agree with it. We're all screwed
Yeah.
because those indifferent people are the ones that are going to kind of ruin it for everyone.
Yeah, indifference in the sight of evil is evil.
Yep.
That's it. On the government's performance protecting the rights of people to keep and bear arms, the sentiment has been has been on the downside, It's a little bit low. In the 2021 poll, found that only 35% think that the government is doing a good job defending your rights to bear arm.
Really?
Yeah.
Never mind. Let's get ready to start spouting off certain things. you know.
57% and what was it? So back in 2011, 57% thought that the government was doing a pretty good job versus now 27% where they think that they're doing pretty poorly.
And I guess we can assume that when they keep saying government, they're just referring to just the federal side, not
Yes, they're talking about
not local.
Yeah, not local. They're
Not
talking
state
about
and
federal.
local.
Yeah,
Okay.
federal nationwide poll.
Okay.
Conducted, federal
Okay.
government. Yeah. And now they're asking pretty generalized questions, so the people answering them may not. They may not know that they're talking about state or local or whatever versus federal. Yeah, the nationwide poll was conducted August 12th through the 16th, 2021, using Amerispeak panel, the probability-based panel of the NORC out of the University of, wait for it, Chicago.
Well, I mean, you can't point at it too badly because there's a decline in people's trust in the government.
Yeah, well, the online and telephone interviews used landlines and cell phones were conducted with 1,729 people. That's it.
Well, nobody answers the phone anymore.
Well, nobody wants to take these polls.
No, not over the phone, especially not when they just call your phone, especially when you get put on that list or quote unquote.
Oh,
"Hey,
God, I
the
hate
don't
that.
call me list, and
The
they
don't
still
call
do it.
list and they still call you.
That doesn't exist.
Yeah, the sampling error says that there's a plus or minus 3.2%.
Good God,
That's a very wide range.
that's a large,
That's a huge range.
Right.
Like,
big, margin of error.
yeah, that's not good. 3.2% plus or minus. People are like, that's small. No, it's not. Not when you
Small
think
is like 1% or less.
yeah, nationwide. That's a lot of folks, guys. That's a very
Out of 1,000?
Yeah, out of 1,000.
Or
Yeah,
1,700.
yeah. That's not that much out of 1,700 people. But out of the entirety of the populace, that becomes pretty big.
Well, but it's still even out of the 17. That's still a chunk.
Yeah, I mean, it's still like 40 folks.
Yeah. That's a lot.
It can be, yeah. I mean, 3% is a big decider. That 51% could have been 49 or 46 or 45, and nobody would really know.
Or 69.
Oh.
Sorry. It made me
Anyway.
giggle.
Yeah, I just...
So is anybody shocked by this? Seriously?
Oh, no, not at all, no.
I mean, surprise.
Surprise! Everybody doesn't like the government. Surprise! Nobody trusts the government anymore.
Good.
Yeah.
A federal judge in Maryland allegedly killed himself on Friday, just moments after or before FBI agents showed up to his door to arrest him for charges of child sexual abuse.
Allegedly.
He allegedly killed himself?
Yeah, allegedly killed
Allegedly
himself.
killed himself. Okay.
Caroline County Circuit Judge Jonathan Newell, who's 50, has been on administrative leave since July while under investigation for allegedly installing a camera in the bathroom of his hunting cabin to capture illicit images of young boys. That according to the Baltimore Sun. Then on Friday morning, having obtained a federal criminal complaint, agents moved in on the Newell's residence to arrest him. But, according to a Justice Department news release, when they arrived, they found the judge, quote, suffering from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. Newell was pronounced dead at 6:43 a.m.
Okay. I'm guessing the whole idea of him taking the pictures of the little boys was because they found pictures of little boys.
I guess.
That's what I have to guess on this one, because while I don't like the idea of somebody even in their own home putting a camera in the bathroom. You kind of.
Why would you put a...
I don't know why you would put a camera in the bathroom, but it's your house, and people are weird.
I guess.
And you kind of fall to that idea that, okay, well, people are weird.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it better.
No, it doesn't make it better, but it was his house.
Yeah.
Why did you...
Yeah.
Were there that many little boys going to his house?
Well, but I guess if he put a camera in, he's obviously funneling them there.
Somewhere.
Somehow. So, anyway, the one of the neighbors reportedly posted images of Facebook showing agents outside his home Friday morning. According to the Sun, quote, she, quote, heard flashbangs and sounded like that, and what she believed to be gunshots, and later an ambulance. End
Sorry,
quote.
I hit the mic.
Yeah, you did. Federal prosecutors noted that Maryland State Police would lead an investigation into the apparent suicide.
Well, good. They need to lead into the investigation. And the
Baltimore Sun reported that Newell had been taken into custody, or was to be taken into custody. Excuse me. He kind of died, so they couldn't do it.
You can't take him in there.
They were going to take him in on
No.
federal charges of sexual exploitation of a child.
Oh.
Parents of the two boys whom Newell had taken on a hunting trip reported to police that the judge not only installed a camera in the bathroom to view them naked, but also inspected them for ticks in an inappropriate manner. Look.
What?
Damn it. To be fair.
To be fair,
if you're checking for ticks, there really is no appropriate manner not to do it properly.
you're going to have to look everywhere.
You have to look everywhere. You have to look at everything. You have to move and stuff and touch, and
You can ask them to do it, but still.
Yeah, but what the argument in that could be, maybe these kids are not experienced with that kind of thing. You know what I mean? It would have to, you might miss something because, ticks are nothing to be messing around with. Yeah. You can catch Lyme disease. There's all kinds of, after effects with getting that kind of stuff. It's not healthy.
Yeah.
So
right.
I'm not excusing what this guy did.
No.
However, just for clarity's sake, there really is no appropriate manner to look for ticks. It's not like you can kind of walk into a bathroom and kind of, turn a blue light on or a black light on and just spin around one time, and then after that it like lights up or zaps them off or something like that.
That'd be great.
It would be.
Can we get rid of
much
Can we get
easier.
rid of ticks like that? That'd be amazing.
That'd be fantastic.
That'd be so good.
But I just wanted to throw that little tidbit out there. Quote, at least 2 of the males stated that they were naked when Newell checked them for ticks.
Yeah.
You kind of have to be. Again, to do it properly. Last thing you want is to have,
ticks on your things.
a
and
tick
stuff.
on your junk and and then like I said, then you catch Lyme disease and
Some other
or
weird
worse.
stuff
It's
or
not
worse.
good.
Yeah.
One stated that he moved his own stuff around for Newell to look for ticks, and the other initially didn't recall if Newell had touched him or not. But later stated that Newell once or twice moved the miner's stuff around to look for ticks. End quote. That according to FBI Special Agent Rachel Korn, who wrote the criminal complaint.
See, this is where I'm kind of.
Now, again, the camera in the bathroom seals it. Okay?
Well, sort of.
No.
Sort of. Sort of. And the reason why I say sort of is because there's no we got the pictures of him that he was storing on his computer and blah, 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 blah. There's none of that yet.
Yeah.
What if he was using it for something else?
Like, what if he was just being a douchebag to women?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a possibility. I was thinking it too. It's a possibility.
Like, that's a major possibility. This was in his cabin in the woods.
Yeah.
So it's highly unlikely that he has internet out there.
No. I'm going to go on. I mean, I'm with you. Unless they start bringing up and saying, well, yes, no, we found boatloads of child porn on his computer or whatever.
All this other weird stuff. Like,
then there you do leave room for reasonable doubt that it is possible. It's still a camera in the bathroom is only there for one reason only. It's you're kind of a douche. You're a dirty douche old person, and
But he did kill himself.
Yeah, well, but think about it, just playing the devil's advocate side of things. Let's say that you're right. Let's say he actually had not. It wasn't all innocent from get go. The camera was in there for someone else. No, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
let's
but
just say, and then your reputation is
the next
you
two
are this.
sentences.
I got it.
Next two sentences now.
Okay.
All right. You go ahead.
In the criminal complaint, prosecutors alleges that when the authorities approached Newell about the camera, he denied knowledge of it and then swallowed the camera's SD card.
Nope. Sorry, you're done. All right, we're done. Nope. All excuses out the window.
You know it's going to come back in 3 days, right?
Right. Well, it's going to be torn up through acid, so it's fine.
Still.
No, he's done. I'm sorry. You're done.
All right.
You swallowed.
I'm telling you.
You swallowed the only evidence available.
Well, that's his way of
rid of
pleading the fifth.
Yeah, I get it, but
He's
still.
not incriminating himself.
Right. I get that.
Letting him have that would be incriminating himself. Makes perfect sense to me. I don't see what the problem is.
By the way, Sweatham's crime. No. No. No.
You never done naked bug racket tick finding time?
No. No.
Sounds like a Blues Clues song.
Which, by the way, anybody else see Steve from Blues Clues come back and do that video talking to millennials?
He looks like Okay, I cannot be the only person, even with that stupid hat of his,
Yeah.
who didn't see that video and did not for a second go, "Oh my God, it's Moby." I can't be the only person.
Well, I mean, Steve did leave to have a rock and roll career.
There's a lot of alleged reasons why he left.
Well,
I've heard so many different things. All of it.
The major, actually,
he was losing his hair
from his own
was-
mouth. It was because he started losing his hair, and
It
he
was-
didn't want that. He didn't want that sort of complication on the show.
Oh, that's fine. But it was. I've heard it was the losing of the hair. I heard it was after a different career.
Yeah.
I heard that he was
Did
sick.
rock and roll or
Did rock and roll. There's a myriad of different things behind it, and
well, you could tell that he actually lost all of his hair because
no,
he
he
looks like
absolutely
Moby
did.
now.
He does, or like he's trying to audition to play in the some kind of live storytelling of Linkin Park's.
Oh,
What the hell's his name?
Yeah, Chet.
Chet. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, so that's another thing that people kept coming out with. Real big coincidence. Steve from Blue's Clues disappeared in 2002, and he reappears after Afghanistan is over.
Hey, who knows?
You never know. Yeah, Steve was a CIA plant.
In that picture, though,
Doesn't look like Steve.
it looks like Brad.
A long time ago.
Like a clean-shaven,
Long time
20,
ago.
30-year-old
Brad.
Brad Staggs.
Yeah, that looks like Brad Staggs from like 1992.
Yeah.
Because Brad Staggs now, by the way, he looks like one of the listeners that...
No, Brad Staggs looks like he's trying to prepare to play Santa Claus at the Mojo Company Christmas party.
Yeah, but a really thin one.
Oh, you can... the outside, you can decorate all you want to.
Yeah.
It's all of it.
The beard and the whole
He's got
thing. Yeah.
even his mustache. He's got a little curl to it and stuff.
yeah.
I feel he is attempting to.
He's trying to spruce it up a
He's
little.
trying to get the jump the gun on the Santa Claus
on the
this year.
Mojo 50 Christmas.
Any excuse to have the ladies come sit on his lap.
Right. Because he even finds Nancy Pelosi attractive. Ugh. No, she looked good back in the day. Yeah, that's not
Her and Debbie, what's her name, Schultz, and Queen of the Perm herself.
It's awesome.
Sometimes it looks like a perm. Sometimes it looks like Jerry curl.
Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
Sometimes you're the windshield. Sometimes you're the bug. You take the high road and I'll take the low road. If you take the low road. It's a different song.
Yeah. We'll be a beaten tomorrow.
This is Defenders Live.
Yeah, see, now all I see is Brad if he was in combat.
Yeah. Yeah, clean shaven Brad Staggs from like 1992 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Peekapoo the Snarky Jackal over there on the Twitters. Who's Mike and why is Steven hitting him? Her. Sorry. I apologized. Is it too late to apologize?
It's never too late to say you're sorry.
Thank you. Thank you.
Trying to think of other songs. Hold on.
Really?
I am.
Hold on.
There's a couple of them, but I'm... Oh, you know that one.
Hold on a second. I'm trying to think of other songs about apologizing.
The Oblivion Flickery. Who the hell wants some old pervert judge checking their kids for ticks? He's using his status and power to molest kids. No, I completely agree.
No. We just had to. We had to play
there.
we had to do the devil's advocate thing.
I was just throwing it out there.
You know, if
there is a possibility. Not saying
once again, innocent until proven guilty, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
A lot of it looked like it was all just weird.
Yeah, the only way we're gonna get back to the way things were, which is innocent until proven guilty, and getting along with people and agree to disagree and blah 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 blah, is playing those kind of games. And
yeah, now
I completely agree. He was.
I will say this:
he's a dirty man.
He offed himself
allegedly.
Good means that we don't have to pay for him for the next 30 years.
Either way, he didn't make it out.
If he did it. And he did those things.
Or even if he didn't.
And he was that sort of person. Okay, good. Now we don't have to deal with it.
Moving right along.
Good
way to enjoy our Friday.
So the Dr. Anthony Fauci.
I'm tired of talking about him.
I know, I'm sorry.
This is the worst Friday show ever. Hasn't been anything funny at all. Nothing stupid. No.
No, there's a bunch of hard stuff.
It's all dumb.
Sorry. Yeah, Anthony Fauci, White House top advisor for no apparent reason, was on Anderson Cooper's 360 on CNN.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, during an interview with the chief medical correspondent, Sanjay Gupta,
Okay.
who asked Fauci about the study done in Israel that found natural immunity from previous COVID-19 infection conferred longer lasting protections against the Delta variant and all other coronavirus variants and everything else than giving the 2 Pfizer shots.
Okay.
So he was asking, why haven't we talked about this? This is Gupta. He said, so as we talk about vaccine mandates, I get calls all the time. People say, I've already had COVID. I'm protected. And now the study says maybe even more protected than vaccines alone. Should they also get the vaccine? How do you make that case to them?
That's why they don't. That's why they're forcing it. They don't make cases.
Fauci says,
Wait, what?
Fauci said,
So, Fauci. I didn't know Fauci sounded like Christopher Walken.
Actually,
Go ahead.
if you listen to him, he's got that almost Jerseyite thing going for him anyway. Especially when he gets really upset.
Which is, yeah.
It all the time now. Mm-hmm. That's a real good point, Sanjay.
Stop it.
I don't have a really firm answer for you on that. That's something we're going to have to discuss regarding the durability of the response. The only thing that people from Israel didn't tell you is whether or not as high as protections with the internal infection, what the durability compared to the durability of the vaccine. I don't know how he connected those.
It doesn't make sense. But just so we're clear, you're talking about the durability of recovering from something that has a 80 or 99% recovery rate.
Yeah. That one.
So
the people that
the
got
durability
sick.
of the vaccine at that point, if the virus itself
doesn't
is that high of a recovery rate, then by God, the vaccine had better keep you from getting it
at all. But no, that's not
and
what
if it
happened.
doesn't, then
It's useless.
You can't top it,
Right. It's useless.
Because even the what did they say that it was like 50 or 60% on even the higher ends of even just lowering symptoms for you. Woo. That's fantastic. I don't know why it is that they keep doing this. People are different.
No, wait, what?
Yes, everybody is different.
No,
everyone's bodies
sorry,
are completely different.
I'm sorry, that's completely wrong.
It is.
It's wrong.
It absolutely
Sorry, wrong.
no. It's not wrong.
It's wrong.
Everybody is completely different. What perfect example is you can't eat chicken.
Right? Yes, I can.
I can eat chicken.
It's very true.
Our bodies are different.
No, that's wrong. We're not. Our bodies aren't different.
They're not different.
No, not at all. No. Especially the fact that
hold on,
I'm shorter than you, and also
Can you eat chicken?
No,
I can.
I mean I could. It's just I have.
Do you want to die?
Exactly. I have the ability. Yes, I can.
Death by chicken.
I can eat chicken. It could kill me, but that's beside the point.
That's a pretty foul death.
I know.
Oh. That's pretty bad.
It was. It was indeed.
I love it. Like to say Nee is all shocked about your voice. Dear
Really?
Lord, that's Stephen Harry. Please send a joke to room 13 using your Walken voice. You've never heard him do Walken before?
I think I've done walking a couple times.
It's been several times.
Like many a time. It's been a thing.
And one day we're gonna.
I'm very happy about it. Honestly,
We're gonna have a weird monologue one day. He's gonna do Walken, and I haven't decided if I'm gonna do Herbert from. Yeah, the old dirty man from Family Guy, or I don't know. I wanted to do something, but we would just for fun. We would do a skit that we're just sitting back, and just talking and doing whatever. Swimmers Prime, quit asking me questions or I'll stab you in the face with a vaccine needle. Instead of a
It's a soldering iron, not a vaccine needle. Quit asking me questions or I'll stab you in the face with a vaccine needle.
I just said he'd give me a break. I'm new to the show. Okay. You're not that new.
You're not. No, you didn't work close to new.
You're not that new.
Your knee, not new. There's a difference.
Touche, my friend. Touche.
Right.
No, I mean, I know you newer, but you're not new.
That new. I mean, it's been a while since
I
I've gone
could
and.
hold my head up high.
Yeah, that's right.
It's been a while since I've said I'm sorry.
Since I first called you.
Called me what?
Okay. Exactly. So I think that it's something that we need to sit down and discuss seriously because you very appropriate pointed out it is an issue. And there could be arguments for saying what you said.
That was the most stupidest response. Yeah, everything you said is what you said. That's it.
It's the best.
It's retarded. You know that thing that you said over there, that thing that
That was good, yeah.
you were gonna talk about that. Yeah, everything you said made sense. That thing. I don't know what you said because I wasn't listening, but that thing you said, that was brilliant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was groundbreaking.
See, in May, this is what Fauci said. Vaccines actually, at least with regards to SARS-CoV-2, the coronavirus, can do better than nature.
Now they're giving you walk-in lines.
It's the best.
Oblivion Flickering's got one right there for you.
Oh, do I need to do that?
Right there.
Okay. You can tell the angels in hell that you never saw such evil as you witnessed in the eyes of the man who killed you.
That wasn't very
It wasn't bad. It was bad.
That was-
I don't like it. It didn't work well. It was me. It was all me on that
very
one.
you.
I did a bad job that time. Sorry.
I'll take it. That was my fault.
I take
guys.
that. I'm not going to do it again, though.
My bad, guys.
Not going to redo
My
it.
bad.
Nope, sorry.
Anyway, he's such an idiot.
Yeah.
Fauci is such a moron.
I got you, bud. I got you.
I love Friday
Oh, it's so good.
because it's the day before Saturday.
Right. Yeah, that's the only reason why.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah. Anyway, this goes back to saying Fauci's a moron.
And we apologize to all the other morons listening that we have to lump you in with that. But
Yeah, but Fauci's a moron, and I'm sorry that I had to. Well, I'm not sorry that I had to do the Christopher Walken, but still.
Chris over on Twitter, you know what you need to improve the durability of the vaccine?
More cowbell.
More cowbell.
What would make this song better is more cowbell.
Ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling. So the decaying body of a missing Army vet was went undiscovered at a VA facility for more than a month after the staff failed to do so much as check a stairwell near his room.
Sorry, what?
Yeah. In a 45-page report issued Thursday, the Department of Veteran Affairs Office of the Inspector General said that 62-year-old Timothy White was reported missing by Bedford Veterans Quarters staff on May 13th. Nearly a month later, on June 12th, White's significantly decayed body was found in a stairwell just 60 feet from where he was staying. I'm going to pause there for just a slight moment.
Yeah, go ahead.
How bad? Actually, not even half bad. Just think for a moment. Think about how bad this place has to be that the smell of a decaying human body
In a stairwell.
doesn't affect anything. No one noticed.
The stench of decay
Not just even that.
permeating the entire building at that point.
Clearly, no one is cleaning the place because it took them a month to find it. No one's cleaning the hallways. No one's cleaning anything. So if that gives you a sense of the idea of just how bad this place is, how the VA is, but I digress. The Boston Globe reported that, quote, he had been dead for so long that the medical examiner couldn't determine how he died.
Wait, what?
It couldn't do it. Can you imagine having to clean that up at that point?
He was basically sludge.
Yes. The Inspector General report noted that White, quote, was wearing the same clothes he had been reported wearing on May 8th of 2020, the last time he was seen prior to his disappearance, a Boston Red Sox jersey, jeans, and a baseball cap. It was another resident in the facility who finally discovered his body.
So the staff didn't even find him.
No, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't even the staff. It was somebody else who lived in the building. And sadly, how much do you want to bet that individual was going into the hallway and ended up going, oh, shit, he's dead.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be here now. I don't want to.
I'm not living here.
It's not that bad. I don't want to die now.
I'm not going to do it.
White, who had struggled recently with homelessness, had been living at the VA-owned, privately operated facility since January 2020. He had no card, no cell phone, and wasn't known to leave the facility without explanation. In its report, the officials blamed the failure to locate White's body sooner on poor decision-making, misinformation, and lack of oversight by the VA. Yeah, I mean, if you want to sugarcoat it, sure. I call it a complete and utter failure, period. It's not just decision-making. It's not just misinformation.
Right.
It's not just a lack of oversight.
No.
It is a complete and utter failure.
Complete.
Quote, Mr. White's disappearance did not receive the attention it deserved from the VA, an
No doubt.
agency that is required by federal law to provide for the protection of all persons on its property, end quote, wrote Assistant Inspector General Catherine Smith. Quote, the events surrounding Mr. White's disappearance revealed several deficiencies in VHA and VA policies regarding missing persons on VA properties, local policing decisions, and oversight of enhanced use leases.
What?
The medical center added including its VA police, did not initiate a response to Mr. White's disappearance under VHA's missing patients policy because he was considered a resident and not a patient.
Okay, it doesn't matter. A person that you know that lives there was homeless. Now he's living in your facility. He is known not to leave the facility without telling people.
Yep.
So that somebody knows where he is, so that he's out. So he's known for accountability.
Yeah.
A person who is homeless, now known for accountability in your facility, goes missing. Nobody says anything?
Well, and again, and after a while, you mean to tell me, and this is the beginning of summertime, so it was getting hot. So you mean to tell me that no one noticed the smell?
That nothing, it was completely hermetically sealed in there?
Nobody went to go clean the hallway, the
come
stairwell
on.
at all?
Nobody
not
cleans the stairwell.
Not a sweeping or anything?
Nobody for months.
According to the Boston Globe, much of the responsibility lies at the feet of the former VA police chief, Sean Kelly, who has since resigned from his post, citing health issues. Investigators reportedly concluded that Kelly, quote, failed to order a significant search, end quote, choosing only to post a photo of White on a department bulletin board and notified officers of his disappearance in an email. Quote, he also waited nearly 2 weeks to respond to a request from the Bedford Town Police to search for White with police dogs. The search was never conducted. Well, obviously, you'd have found his ass in the hallway.
In a heartbeat.
Or in the stairwell.
Yeah, in a heartbeat. It wouldn't have been a problem. You'd have found him right away because it would have been like, all right, let's go to his room. Oh, wait, what's that smell?
Someone making soup? Okay.
Yeah, people soup.
In a statement, the news outlet, a VA spokesperson, Maureen Hurd, said, quote, we are very saddened by the loss of Mr. Timothy White and extend our deepest condolences to his family. Yeah, I'm pretty sure his family really wants to hear that from you.
Not at all.
Just saying.
Nope. And finally, our...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no. our wonderful president, dictator,
So some may say the greatest president we ever had.
the best a man can get.
No, it's Gillette, and that's a different thing.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, no, it's
My
close.
fault. My fault.
No, you're good. I'm
Sorry.
just saying.
I
But
just-
some people have said that
Yeah.
that this president is the best president we've ever had.
Some people would say that.
Forget Reagan. Forget Coolidge.
Mhm.
Forget.
All right. Yeah, this was the best.
This is the best. Forget Trump.
This is simply the
by
best.
far
The best.
The
The
best.
best. The best of you.
I hate that.
Yeah, President Joe Biden and the Democrats' $3.5 trillion budget plan means to monitor the gross inflow and outflow of Americans' bank accounts, promoting concerns that the federal government will be willfully violating the 14th Amendment.
Well, shocker. I mean, again, he's trying to push forcing vaccinations on people.
Yeah, he's forcing everything.
Violating the 14th Amendment
Is not
nothing.
matter. Nobody cares. He doesn't care.
It's like, really?
He's like, the 14th Amendment is the last thing he's worried about.
I was gonna say that's the only thing we're violating. Just
No.
the 14th? Are you sure?
Literally,
Oh, wow,
this guy has so many violations against our Constitution racked in under 9 months that
I know.
like if it was anyone else, they would have been kicked out, and their subsequent everyone would have been kicked.
Yeah.
Like everyone would have gotten the boot within a month of all of this crap happening. But yet he's still there, and so is everybody in his cabinet, and he's trying to push out like 15 different military officials because they happen to have been working under the Trump administration as well. Anyway, the proposal would require banks to report gross inflow and outflow to the IRS, including transactions from Venmo, PayPal, crypto exchanges, and the like, in an effort to fight tax evasion. This from the Daily Mail, noting that
Wow.
the IRS would know how much money is in an individual's bank account in any given year, whether the individual earned income on that account and exactly how much was going in and out of their account. So I think it's now starting to be the time where we don't use bank accounts anymore.
Yeah, which is kind of ironic because you kind of have to. You know, the whole coin shortage is still going on.
Yeah, you can't use cash.
Nobody's really using cash anymore.
Right.
They're trying to shut that enterprise down.
Right. So
So-
how would you go about doing something without having to use?
Again, they don't care. We're getting to a point with everything between, like with Biden, the way he showed his ass last night.
Yeah.
The reason why it'll fly is because people are too against each other
To worry about anything else.
to
come together.
actually fight against him unified. So they're not going to. So that kind of stuff will easily start getting pushed through. All of this stuff is going to get pushed through because nobody cares. The further they go, the worse it's going to get.
Yeah.
Period.
Mm-hmm. Patrick Hedger, vice president of the policy at the Tax Policy Alliance, blasted the idea, saying that the IRS is first and foremost a law enforcement agency, and the Fourth Amendment protections against unreasonable search and seizure if in a pursuit of or of looking for wrongdoing of criminal action. So I think this is going to run into several Fourth Amendment headwinds.
Yeah, just a tad. I love it. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah. He added that, quote, "You're going to push more folks into small cash transactions. You're going to push more banking offshore. The big fish out there that do have sizable assets that are for some reason it doubled up.
He had a mouth
Eligible for taxation offshore. This is an ultimate regressive tax.
Yeah.
You're going to end up punishing the worst off among us. The lower income folks in this country have historically been the target of aggressive IRS audits because they don't have CPAs and lawyers to fight for them. I don't see why they need to be going after people. Just the average Joe out there starts stooping around. A $600 payment. Why would that be a problem? Why are they going to go about $600? Is not even it's not even pennies nowadays.
Yeah, well, but it's pennies. This. It's like Robin Hood.
Yeah.
We're going to squeeze every last
cent.
little bit. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I'm not. Because again, they're just trying to find ways to squeeze and take everything out of us they can. I have a bad feeling that this could also be a big setup too. I just thought about this. Biden could be being so horrible and everything that by the time that it comes time for the election, they're going to get another Democrat in there
And they're
who's
not going to be as bad.
And
It's
we're
going to
gonna
be
be like,
the mid.
this is the greatest thing ever.
They're going to come across as actually middle of the road, and they're going to be
And we're going to turn around and be like, oh yeah, and that's when they're going to start really losing
losing your shit.
You're going to lose energy. Yeah, because you're going to be like, oh, this is so great.
He's really not that bad. And then after the first year, it just cuts it.
Yeah.
Everything cuts loose.
And we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. On July 1st, the Taxpayer Protection Alliance published a letter opposing the Biden administration's giving the IRS an extra $40 million in the latest infrastructure agreement, saying that they wrote, while billed by proponents of the deal as beefed up enforcement, the agency's recent actions have given the American people no reason to believe this infusion of funds would be spent wisely. In 2013, the nation discovered that the IRS is targeting certain groups, a number of whom have co-signed this letter, for the increased audit scrutiny based on their political beliefs. In 2017, the IRS settled a lawsuit against them, admitting that their actions were wrongful. Despite this admission, there is little indication that the IRS has learned its lesson. In just the last month, agency employees illegally leaked the tax information of private individuals to the media. Given the prominence of the individuals whose records were released, there's little doubt that this move was a politically motivated move at all. Yeah, the new money dictated to the IRS under the infrastructure plan would involve the agency intensifying their focus on certain groups, specific people, given the agency's history and most recent activities. This should concern the nation.
It all should.
Everything.
It all does.
Everything should. All of it should concern the nation.
Everything going on right now should make everyone at least pause for just a moment and go, something is askew.
Beef in the SAV. Make the last segment of the DOA show of the week better by giving political commentary in character.
We're going to have to start picking one.
Right? I mean, that's my best one, honestly.
Yeah, I got a few that I can do. Like I could do Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. that was my favorite one.
I could do meat. I could do meat.
Yeah, I could do meat too.
Yeah. You could be Carl. I could be Meatball.
I just something about doing Carl's voice. I like doing it, and it just makes me happy.
Yeah.
But like I could do the old man from Family Guy.
Right. Yes. Obviously.
That's easy.
That's a good one for you.
It's
an easy one for you. Roz. We can both do Roz.
I could do yeah. Well, Roz is almost Carl, but yeah,
it's close.
Roz
is Carl.
From Monsters Inc.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'll try to take the weekend and try and see if I can actually list ones I can do
that you know you can do really well.
Do some of them. They're like, oh, this one's okay. Some of them I need to stay away from. Like my
accents
Russian
in Russian is no. Don't even try it. It's not a good idea. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be there. You just there's no.
You're saying I shouldn't even try it.
Don't even try it. No, they'll just like stay away from the Schwarzenegger.
Can you imagine what if I actually turned around and went to Russia learning Russian?
Dude, it'd be so bad.
It'd be.
You'd be speaking Russian in a southern accent.
I was gonna say it would sound like it. Did I ever tell you about the lady?
Drosnalvia?
Yeah, Dallas Vidal. Yeah. There was a lady when I was a kid.
You got some vodka?
There was a lady when I was a kid who's was a mom. One of the girls was in my Spanish class.
Yeah.
And what she would do is obviously she would try and help her daughter learn the Spanish. And so
She would try to help her.
she would try and do it.
Uh-huh.
The problem is she is very Southern.
Oh, and so the Spanish was off.
So it literally was enunciated but horribly wrong.
Yeah.
So it's bienvenidos todo, como estad ustedes?
Oh no!
Muy bien, gracias,
No!
y tú. Like
It's
it's,
so
that's how
bad.
she talked. And every time she opened your mouth, you're like
No, that's
cringe just a little.
no, that's wrong.
Yeah, that's how my Russian would be.
Yeah, it would be. You know what's not wrong?
American Pride Roasters coffee.
It is the best.
It absolutely best. It's guaranteed to make you swallow every single time you put it in your mouth. Mm-hmm. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. It is AmericanPrideRoasters.com for historically great coffee.
Don't forget to go to Mojo50. Mojo50.com is where you can find all the lists of the hosts and schedules and all the rest of it for everybody on the Mojo50 Radio Network. When you go there, you can also go listen to all of them on the iHeartRadio Music app. If you go there, get on the Mojo50 Radio button, you can find 24/7 free speech talk radio.
Yep. Go to our website, doaeshow.com. Check out the archives and everything else. Become a defender with us. Follow us on all the social medias. Like and share and subscribe and all that crapola at DOAE Show. Guys, have a great weekend. We'll see y'all Monday.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.